one of the two corridors. We will cross both.
We are going to have breakfast at the terrace, the famous terrace of the Danieli Hotel. It's overlooking the Venice lagoon. We are at the terrace of Hotel Danieli. Kita bisa breakfast di sini dan ini adalah view of Venice. Di sana adalah Piazza San Marco dan the Basilica. Dan di samping kiri kita adalah the Doge's Palace. Nah, hari ini kita akan ke sana, tour a little bit of Venice. It's such a beautiful day today at the beautiful city of Venice.
Yeah.
This is
Perfect.
because we have the sunshine.
Yeah.
And today we are expecting around 16 Celsius degrees.
Oh, that's good, yeah?
Yes.
Which is good. Where is home? Sorry, I didn't ask.
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Okay, Indonesia.
Yeah.
So did you
That's
have the
hot.
metrical system as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Celsius as well.
Good.
So,
And Celsius.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. You have an idea already of what you'd like to do? Like
I want to see a bit of the history of the
fantastic.
town.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
Why all of this?
Yes.
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 Starting
Yeah.
from zero,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Would you like eventually to visit the Doge's Palace?
Yes.
Eventually?
Yes.
Would you like to do so?
Yes. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
The most important museum in the city.
Right.
For very many reasons.
Right.
okay?
Right.
And Casanova
Yeah.
has to do with that too.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Because he was in prison there.
Yes. Yes.
And he was the only man
Uh-huh.
to have ever escaped from the prison. Our people, we were Roman communities too. This is how we started, as Roman refugees in such a difficult place, a lagoon,
Yeah.
where we wanted to stay just temporarily, in the hope
Yeah.
that barbarians left soon and we could go back home.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But this never happened. As the highest.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And look what happened. As you can imagine, because of all of this struggle to survive here, all of the hard work to make a living, originally out of the natural resources of the lagoon,
Yeah.
fishing,
Yeah.
farming,
Yeah.
and especially salt mining. The bridge to end up in prison. Casanova was not in prison here, but in the palace prison,
Oh, okay. Oh, inside. yeah.
because the palace as well housed different prison cells.
Ah, I see.
And he managed to escape from a prison cell located right under the roof
Right.
of the palace.
Ah.
Because he was a political prisoner.
Yeah.
Political prisoners were
Right.
actually in prison
Right.
just there.
Right.
Tickets already? Thank you so much.
Yes.
Perché sono aperte le porte, non sono riusciva a chiudere, però ha chiuso il signore, grazie.
History junkies gitu. Seneng banget karena guide-nya bagus banget ceritanya.
Tournya juga tour guide-nya pintar banget.
Very well.
Cara nyeritainnya.
Private tour by Christina. Bisa bukti Daniel.
These prisons on the ground floor were likely to flood because of the canal.
Yeah.
At the moment, the tide is low.
Yeah.
These letter boxes or mail boxes, so that citizens could actually drop secret accusations through these different mouths. Okay. All balls we celebrated a lot. We celebrated in the palaces, like the Danieli.
Right.
So a merchant's house. Can you imagine? The houses the merchants, the wealthy merchants of Venice built, imposing homes like the Danieli for one family.
Right.
With the servants, with the ballroom, reception halls, libraries, very luxurious furniture. Here, as the seat of the government, they didn't celebrate balls, but the parliament audiences, the parliament meetings. This was the seat of the council, of the big council. 2,000 men. Who were they? As you asked me, they have to have a good background. Actually, they came from the wealthiest families. Why wealthiest families? Because they belong to the nobility. Because only the nobility was learned people. The rest of the citizens were illiterate. Bridge of Sighs next. To gold decoration. And let's have a look at the gloomy. And you step, please. And you step at all times, please.
Is this the Bridge of Sighs already?
This is the Bridge of Sighs already. One of the two corridors we will cross. We are walking across the canal. Okay?
Is this the Bridge of Sighs already?
This is the Bridge of Sighs already. One of the two corridors. We will cross both. You have another window here. 2 windows on one side, 2 windows on the other side. All the prison cells had windows, but they didn't overlook the other side.
So they will never know
that this prison was not too
okay
bad.
actually for the
No.
time.
Because still in 1500, when this prison was built, finished, still in Europe, all the prisons were dungeons underground.
Right.
So we couldn't build underground.
The water.
That was the reason why it was already slightly better, more humane. Excellent security, please.
I think the door was open.
We are convinced because they couldn't have made it. They couldn't have seen.
So both of them, is Casanova and the priest?
Yeah, both. We are built facing this corridor, and all of them had a window like this, a circular window with a shutter and a door. The window was open daily to feed the prisoners. They didn't open the door to feed them.
Never?
Too risky. Because they could take the chance to push all together to try to escape. And this is a prison cell. 3 people, a little smaller. In all paintings, you will always see, when they are represented, small coats of arms,
Yes.
small crests,
Yeah.
because only the nobility had a coat of arms.
Yeah.
Second milestone. The palace is huge. Really interesting. Just pagan religious. Because carnival allowed people, in the Middle Age especially, to be anonymous
Yeah.
for a few days.
Right.
Why was it so interesting and necessary?
Yeah.
Because most of people were unhappy. Most of people were what they didn't want to be. Wives not in love with their husbands, but constrained to marry
marriage.
those men.
Yes.
Sometimes an 18-year-old girl was given in marriage to
Absolutely.
an 80-year-old man
Right.
that she had never
For money
seen
and
before.
power and
Family interest, you see? How many girls or boys ended up in convents and monasteries forever, and they didn't have any religious vocation,
Yeah.
but their families thought that that was their career to follow.
they're forced to do that.
They were forced. So this is just to give you a couple of examples of how unhappy
Yeah.
society was. Huh? How many women were very poor.
Yeah.
They didn't find a husband, or they didn't want to marry a husband,
Yeah.
and they preferred being prostitutes.
Yeah.
Dangerous jobs,
Yeah.
especially back then.
At that time, yeah,
Terrible.
prosecuted for not marrying.
Absolutely. So, what happened? Carnival allowed them to become anonymous, so free from society.
And
Com-
social status and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they were allowed to use the mask to hide their identity.
Yeah.
And the mask Venetians used even distorted the voice of the person.
Oh, is it?
Because the real mask they used had like a conical shape by the mouth,
Yes, yes.
like this.
Yeah.
Not here,
Right.
because we have as well like the long
Yes.
beaks.
Right.
That's different.
Okay.
But it's just plain,
Yeah.
normally white, although it can be decorated,
Yeah.
with like a cone by the.
So you cannot recognize it.
So
No,
that
that's
when
for the
they-
voice. Eh?
Exactly. That's why when they spoke, the voice was disturbed. You
Yeah.
see?
So they don't know who.
Yeah, yeah.
And they didn't know who the person was. Women could enjoy the casinos. We were not allowed. They could have even sexual relationships with their neighbor if
During
they
the
were in love with their
carnival
neighbor because they didn't want the husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was allowed because the government allowed them to do that.
Only for the period,
Although
certain period.
only
of-
for that period.
Okay.
You know what I just said?
Ah, okay. So it stands alone. Yeah.
When visiting St. Mark's Cathedral, you have to bear in mind that this church was ruled by the government, was built by the government, was paid by the government.
Right.
Golden church.
Right.
This is amazing.
This is an active church, right?
Still, yes,
Still, yeah?
yes, active, yeah. Unfortunately, no pictures
No
or
picture.
videos.
Oh, no pictures.
This is mosaic too, but stone
I love it. It's stone
and
mosaic.
marble. This is amazing. You can feel
This is like
it.
in Morocco also, like this
Yeah.
stone and
Yeah.
marble.
What does incense? Huh? What does incense do?
Smell.
To purify.
Yeah.
Purify air,
purify air,
nice
yeah.
smell.
Yeah.
You use it at home as well, is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you know why in this church so many? Because this was a church of pilgrims. Pilgrims?
Yeah. Yeah.
People who
Came
came to
from other-
visit
yeah, yeah.
after months of journey.
Yeah.
So they
Our
brought
church,
everything.
exactly.
Smells and
Oh, right.
So to mitigate
disease,
Okay. So
the
they,
terrible smell, because
use
people in the past
Yeah.
had no hygiene.
right.
And to purify from the bacteria.
And that's why they wear like, you see, swag all the time. If the main altar,
That's the burial.
exactly. Can you see the sarcophagus, white,
Yeah.
with the light?
Yeah.
That's the resting place of Saint Mark, the evangelist.
So beautiful. Yeah. Even the walk to the little alleys is beautiful. It makes like in no other cities, I think.
This is a labyrinth.
Labyrinth. Yeah.
Thank you very
Thank you so much.
much. All the
Ciao.
best.
Thank you. Grazie. Thank you. Okay. We will.